2, 1, go.
Edge Radio.
It is Edge Radio Australia, and it is time for the ordinary guy. I'm going to point right at you, mate. You're not that ordinary. I'll tell you right now. Actually, who is ordinary? Let's face it.
Somebody wrote up on our Facebook page the other day, extraordinary.
Oh, I like that.
And I thought extraordinary.
Oh,
I thought that was
mate.
really cool. Hey,
You're definitely
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Edge Radio. We have the Hat Man and Ribbon Show.
Absolutely love that. I've now got an alter ego, apparently. Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to Hat Man. When you want somebody done, you just put up the big sign out there with a hat, and so Hat Man will come a running. Hat Man and Ribbon.
Look, the first time I saw that Batman sign, Hatman sign, I thought, geez, Batman, he's let himself go. But
welcome to Hat Man and Ribbon.
Mate, that is absolutely brilliant. Hey, let's get into it because we've got a lot to talk about. Now, we normally start the show, we obviously talk about all sorts of issues, but we have a bit of a go. We have a bit of a rant session. Yeah. I'll speak English. I'll give that a go. About what's going on politically at the moment. And you've got to be in your bonnet about a particular thing. I think they're called taxes. Some people call them theft.
Oh, no. We'll just get into that in a few minutes.
Oh, we will.
My real bee in my bonnet is, well done, Pauline Hanson. Okay.
Oh, that's not a beat.
Absolutely.
How good is that?
She did national press today.
Yep.
Right? Without pre-recorded scripts, without pre-written questions.
Yep.
And she held her own. Wow, wasn't that sensational? And then they dropped that stupid sign behind her, and that was put up there. And I just cracked up laughing because you know who did it, don't you?
No, who?
It's called. Hang on. It's called. Oh, got it. I
don't want to put you under the pump here, mate.
Sorry, mate.
Don't worry. That's okay.
I had it recorded in my mind,
right?
And it's called.
What is it called?
The Get Up Group.
Now, Get Up, for those who don't know, for those playing at home, Get Up is, quite honestly, it is the advertising and propaganda arm of the Australian Labor Party.
Exactly.
It is the way
they reckon they've got 1 million people.
It is a money laundering organisation, and they use, and I don't care, Get Up, come chase me down on that one. That's what it is. It is so disingenuous. It is so fake. It is a way that they fund money from all sorts of things, from obviously the unions when it comes to the Labor Party. It is so when they actually opened hang on, I don't even remember the name. I do not remember the name of our Anthony Albanese's campaign, but I do remember this Fire the Liar.
Yeah.
Now, with Albanese's plan, with his advertising campaign to fight One Nation, now I don't have the up-to-date figures. Last time I heard it was that they'd actually made about $20,000. Okay,
who's this?
The organisation, Labor Party, through that.
Taxed on 50%.
Exactly. Now, in the same time, last time I checked, it was $2.5 million. For Pauline. No, I'm still going, mate. When it was $20,000 for the Labor Party, it was $2.5 million for One Nation. It is now surpassed $4 million.
4.8.
4.8. Gee, I've been busy all day. It's been going up and up and up and up.
Still going up. And you got to understand.
It was 4.2 this morning.
It's only $57. Oh, I might be wrong.
Yeah.
$57 each or something that you can put in.
Is that how it works?
So that gives you some idea on the numbers.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's only $50 or something. 50. So put it on there. You got to go. Let's go orange, okay?
That is great news.
Do you know what the colour of Get Up is?
Tell me.
Orange.
No way.
So, all the pictures on there, they're all done in orange with Get Up on it.
Yeah.
And I sit there and go, what a plug. What a plug for the orange.
Well, absolutely. So Get Up has been an organisation for many years that has been so, just clandestine and sort of behind the scenes and I think, in my eyes, extremely dishonest about the way they do their advertising.
Well, they broke in to the press club. They put a drop screen down up in the air. And then they had it on a remote control.
Yeah.
And they were that's how come the drop screen came down. Well,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Pauline was standing there.
Yeah.
And it comes down and it talks about, like she's a liar or whatever.
Okay.
And then two of the audience members got up and just ripped it down. And do you know what happened? The thing was that never in Australian history, has anybody ever done that for any other political party. So I'm sitting there going, scumbags.
Yeah.
It's accurate, doing this.
Accurate thing to say.
But at the same time, she held her space like a true leader.
Now, here's my bit of bad news. I really wanted to see that. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which way I look at it, Edge has been crazy busy today.
Yeah.
It's been bang, 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 bang. So I missed the opportunity. Okay, so I really want to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't watched it all the way through,
Oh,
but I was having they like the ABC were there.
I like the SBS.
Oh,
There you go.
Get rid of
That's true.
SBS as well. SBS, there is they're doing 70 different languages on SBS. We only need one, guys. Australian English.
Oh, look,
You know?
mate. I want people to feel part of the country. I don't want, honestly, I mean, look, let's face it, we've all got immigrant blood in us in one way or
Yeah,
another,
that's
okay?
right. Yeah.
So I want people to feel comfortable, but let's face it, the times have changed and there is no place for SBS anymore. There is no place for ABC. The two need to be brought together and
called?
turned into a subscription
Remember in the
service.
early days, what was it called?
Sex Before Soccer?
Yeah, or Sex Before 7?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah, what can you say about SBS?
It's
And also, okay, I'm going to tell you a little story here very, very quickly. So I think it's 8 years ago, okay, SBS actually contacted me and asked me to be part of a panel to do with male victims of domestic violence, right? An issue that I'm very passionate about. So, okay, they said, yeah, we'll come over, we'll whack you in a hotel, we'll have you on the Insight program.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so, I'm ready for this, no problem at all. So anyway, the correspondence goes back and forward, and then things just change, and then they just disappeared. They ghosted me, mate. They ghosted me. So I sent them an email saying, "Hey guys, look, what's going on?" Because I, need to make plans so I can be there as part of the panel. And they said, "Oh, we didn't let you know, but." We've decided not to go with the show because we feel we've spoken to the legal department and the legal department feel that it would be opening up too much of a can of worms. It's too risky to talk about male victims of domestic violence. And I said, hang on, you speak about female victims.
But it's
Okay.
actually right to this week right now
Mhm.
is Men's Week.
Correct. Okay. Men's Health Week,
Yeah.
mental health. 76% of suicides are male, 76%, same figure, of homeless are male. Guess what? We love men, we love women. Okay. This is equality here.
We have a minister for women.
Yes, we do not have one for
Or for
men.
men.
No, we don't. So my point being is the SBS manipulated things so that we couldn't have that show. That is, it sums them up, right?
Mm.
So obviously someone there was progressive and smart and thinking, hey, we'll get some people together who know a bit about the subject. And sadly, I know a lot about the subject. And then to close it out and say that it was a liability and too risky for their, so they didn't want to be sued, didn't want any legal issues, to acknowledge people.
They didn't want to acknowledge that there was even men in the.
That's
Look,
right.
like Pauline got up the other day and she said, "I will stand up for men and for women equally." There's
As
the
you
same.
should.
She's look, to do what she did today at Press Club
Mhm.
was just unbelievable. It's to hold it no script. To hold up and say that. I just wanted you to. I read something on this Get Up, and I actually saw their logo.
They're disgraceful.
And
Absolutely disgraceful.
I'm just trying to see if I can find it again.
Propaganda 101.
No, it wasn't that one. So it was on
They they got Goebbels kind of feels about.
here we go.
Okay.
It says here, people, power, impact, join the millions, and it talks about the progressive. And it's all about the progressive.
Yes.
And this word progressive
They weaponized it.
is
quite frankly.
weaponized it against us. When we were growing up, if you were a little bit on the other side and you wanted to be, that's fine. Just leave your bedroom in your bedroom.
Yep.
Well, now we got it in the streets. I mean,
That's
what
right.
the hell, But I just felt that Pauline did a really good job.
I can't wait to go. I'm actually, when I go home tonight, in about 10 hours the way things go,
Yeah.
I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch that because several people have sent me messages saying how powerful it was, and I think that it's something we all should.
It actually showed
take
her as a true leader.
True. Yeah.
So
And I would
truly.
actually encourage people, and this is actually something I've done in the past, when people have been very anti-Pauline Hanson, and I should actually, full clarity here, I was anti-Pauline Hanson many years ago.
Yeah, I wasn't very comfortable with where we were going in those days.
No.
But I think maturity has come up, and
Agreed.
I think more importantly, Albanese has really brought our attention out
Yeah.
to this. If you're on the left now and you want to stay in this position where we are, and you want to stay there, you got to be crazy. Seriously, this is not the place to be. This is not. We need to change. There
We
needs to
need
we need some changes.
we
And
need
some of those
Australia back.
changes, and I this is why we've been talking over the last couple of months now.
Mm.
We started off with a plan, and we started off with coaching, and we've had coaching and retirement, and we're coming up to tax time. And you know, we never ever went into tax time thinking. So what I've done is, and Aaron and I've just given it to Aaron and I've put it to him.
You've given me the big gig here.
That's right. I've got and I've got notes, and I apologise for this because I don't want to get this wrong. We have a 3-tiered tax system in reality, and I didn't understand it as much as I understand it now that I'm here. But the last paragraph, when we get to the end of this little document, there's the last paragraph. That's the one you got to hear, because the last paragraph on this document will sum everything up in one flower hit to what's really going on out there. So we have a 3-tiered system. We have a federal system, we have a state territorial system, and we have a local government system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I'm going to get we're going to read some of these out.
All right, let's have a look. Okay, so you've got personal income tax, you've got company income tax, you've got capital gains tax, individuals, trust companies on many levels. You've got goods and services tax, you've got fringe benefits tax, you've got superannuation contribution tax, you've got petroleum. Obviously, there's the tax and the tariffs on that, and what levies and so forth. We've got excise duty. We've got customs duty on importers. We've got luxury car tax, which, by the way, is there to protect the Australian car industry. Oh, guess what?
We don't have one.
We don't have one. Yeah, okay. But it's still there, isn't it? Okay, so next one, wine. Oh, wow, wine tax as well. That's great to see on the wholesale and the producers level. And a passenger movement departing tax as well. Medicare levy, of course. We've got Medicare surcharge as well for higher incomes.
Mm-hmm.
People are doing a little bit better. Okay, we've got a payroll tax, a land tax.
Where are we up to now?
Oh,
we're still under federal.
Are we? We are. My word, I feel like I'm reading out a shopping list here.
I know.
So land tax, stamp duty, duty transfer on that is one. Motor vehicle registration charges, which of course is taxes left, right, and centre on all of those. Gambling taxes, insurance duties, foreign ownership surcharges, mining royalties, payroll tax, which is one of the most disgraceful anti-employment taxes you can possibly imagine. Okay. Get to our next one. We will get to the local stuff, mate. We'll get to local government here. Let's go council rates, of course. Now, let's talk about waste charges with properties and owners and occupiers. Special levies. You got council rates are effectively, the primary source, of course, for councils. Okay, I'm on to the next page here, mate, and I'm not sure which category this falls under. But we've got, again, or maybe, hang on, I think you may have given me, no, you have. You've given me that copy as well. Hang on, let's go to the summary. If I might, right?
Yeah.
There was more taxes, but I don't want to read.
There's another 2 more pages of taxes.
Yeah, I'm just going to go on forever, mate. I don't want to do that. Jeez, I mean, there's just so much here. Now,
but the last one is this one.
Now, while Australia has over 100 separate taxes, these account for the overwhelming majority of tax revenue collected by governments. Okay, it's actually that statement comes from the budget office themselves. Now, if you like, I can also produce a complete Australian tax master list showing every known federal, state, and local tax, duty, levy, surcharge, and charge currently in force, with examples for 2025 to 26 and rates where they're applicable. We have more taxes than any other country on earth.
That just showed how many pages is there?
Too many, mate.
4, 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
6 pages.
6 pages
of taxes.
6 pages.
And there are more.
That's just
insane. And when you bring it to this point and you have a look at it from this point where we are today, and you wonder why we're struggling so much, that's the reason.
That is insane. Many years ago, and I would like somebody to prove me wrong on this one, because this is something I read. This is not my own stats, but I was blown away with it. So about 15 odd years ago, I read through basically how much of your money you get to keep after all the levies and all the taxes and all of that in Australia. Taking into account 15 years ago, we had less taxes than we currently have. Of each dollar, how much of your dollar that you work for did you retain about 15, 20 years ago?
It was about $15.
No. Of every dollar, of every dollar, how much do you think you would have left that hasn't been taxed or?
Sorry,
okay.
I'm not sure.
I'll throw the number at you right now. Most people I talk to go, I've probably only got 30 cents left, or
right.
Karen. 7 7 cents. So 7 cents out of every dollar. 7% is what you get to keep after all those taxes. As I say, I don't know if that's absolutely 100% fact because I didn't do the research on it. I was thrown at me. But when I looked at it and then I realised you tax on the tax of the, let's face it, it's at every single level. I think it could be right.
And if we were to structure our businesses and in the same way that the tax department take our money, we'd be in trouble, right?
We would.
Except that companies like McDonald's, right, for a post-mix Coke, the value of that post-mix is about 7 cents.
Is that right?
So if you do a post-mix machine, the value of that post-mix per drink is 7 cents. Across the board, we're paying like $3, $2. In some places, pubs, bars, all that sort of thing. So you understand that even though the government are stripping us of taxes, the ethos is all the way through society.
Yeah, I'm actually going to come in defence here of businesses, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like paying too much for anything, right?
Yeah.
But I also understand that rents are ridiculous. The levies are ridiculous. All of these things, like I said, payroll tax, all of these things. It makes it so hard that they need to have profit margins like that to make the business work, to make it viable. That's what's frightening.
Give me the last sheet. I think the last page, this one, page here. This last page, this was the line here. So can you read this from so read this last one here. Read that one out for me.
The last one here, where the
whole
tax dollars.
That whole paragraph there.
This one?
Yeah, what is it? What's the heading say?
It says where your tax dollars generally go. Okay, the largest areas of government spending funding taxes include health for Medicare, obviously, and hospitals, social security and welfare, aged parents, defence, and then education.
There's more. There's another pile there as well, 6 there.
Didn't know we were doing a spelling, but
No,
you're all right, mate.
it's all
There we
right.
go. There's transport and infrastructure, public safety and justice, interest on government debt. Oh, there's a big one. Environmental and community programs.
So nothing on there says that they are sending money overseas.
No, but they certainly
They
are.
certainly are. And they're sending it to other countries to bring people to this country, And so what we're seeing here is we're seeing a large influx of, and once again, remember we talked about fire the liar. That whole document came off of a government website.
Yeah, I noticed that. I did notice that.
So nothing that I've put together I wrote. The reason why I got Aaron to do it is because I don't want to sit here and slur my words.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm not a very good.
And he's showing the fact that I haven't got my glasses on. He just wants to show me up.
Oh, you did pretty good, mate.
Thanks, mate. Do my best.
Yeah, man.
This has got to stop. This Labor government, they are a cancer on this country. They are destroying the fabric of it. And I'm so sick and tired of having labels thrown at me, racist and this and that, which are just utterly untrue. Like if I cared about what the government thought about me, I'd be really upset. I'd be having a bit of a tear over it. But I don't, because guess what? I've got friends of every background, every colour, every shade, yada, yada. And I know everybody says that, but it means a lot to me. Like from the point of view, okay, that I've never thought that way. It's just not how I roll.
I have a theory, and it comes back to the Bible, and it says, pay Caesar what is due to Caesar.
Okay.
That's it. But this is take. And it's an ongoing situation. And there are so many people out there that are hurting. We're not looking after our veterans.
We're not.
We're not looking after our aged persons. But my list there says that we've got the money to look after my aged. Have we got any comments coming through? No.
Not
today.
Not today. Today we haven't got the channel open for that. So,
okay, cool.
But we
Just
certainly
should let you know, because I think in a different level, there's a whole lot of changes coming, right? Isn't it funny that they picked on our Donald Trump because he was the little orange man? And isn't it funny how we've now got orange shirts and the orange wave coming through for us? You know what I mean? For Australians, and we're going to get out. We're going to help. We're going to get beyond this problem very soon. And isn't it funny? We're trying to fire the liar now. We want to have an election. We want the election now. We've got to keep asking for it now.
Yeah.
And he's the only one that has the authority to call it an election. How fucked up but how wrong is that?
Well, it is fucked up.
Oh.
So, we'll go with that statement because it's true. The fact is, okay, he is not the one who can call the election. Well, yes, no. Sorry, I'm telling Porky Pies here. Of course he can. But the one who can fire him is the Attorney General.
Yeah, but you can't fire somebody that you're paying and looking after.
Boom! Right? You can't. Exactly right.
How can you create objectivity if you're already immersed in the problem?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. When you were actually appointed by the problem, is the problem going to go away under your hand? Not a chance.
Not a chance.
No
you're
way.
Lose your job as well. When,
of course.
As soon as Pauline's in, the Attorney General's gone.
Yeah. Well, who knows on that front?
I hope so.
I certainly, with the one we've got right now, she's.
We could get Andrew Hastie. Sorry, don't want to go there. But no, hey, let's put Ben Robert Smith.
Oh, wouldn't that clean things up?
Oh shit, mate, wouldn't
Absolutely.
it? Absolutely.
Really, yeah.
I vote Ben Robert Smith for our next Attorney General. You know?
Oh mate, geez, you're starting quite a platform right
Absolutely, mate. Put it out there. Let's start rumours. If we start rumours, we've got 100,000 people.
Yep.
Let's get a T-shirt going. Ben Robert Smith for Attorney General.
Like that.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Like that. Absolutely. Yeah.
And if you want to,
because I want to have someone. Okay. I want someone who represents Australia, who will fight and who will put their life on the line for Australia. They're the people that should be in these roles.
Yes.
Right? Not people who have been raised in public housing and they never had a real job. And nothing wrong with, I'm not having to go at public housing. Got to clarify that with people. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. What I'm going to go, why I use that as an example is because Albanese.
I'm from public housing originally.
Right? You know what?
We've all done that.
Most of Australia has at one point.
Most of Australians that were around in the 70s and the 80s, we lived in that space, and the government owned the houses, and that's why negative gearing was having to be pushed hard because we needed to get it for the investors to get people into housing to take the pressure off of the public housing. I lived in Coolbellup Flats, Juliet Flats in Coolbellup.
I know those flats.
Yeah, across the road from the primary school. I went to North Lake Coolbellup Primary School.
Yep.
In fact, I can tell you now, that was a long time ago. Thank you, Mr. Maybank, for teaching me how to read. Because that's for teachers, because I know all those things. In fact, I've got one of those stupid memories. 1975, grade 5. 1976, grade 6.
That works for you?
Yeah, it absolutely works every time, and right up, So I know all of those, and I know all the teachers.
Can I interrupt you for a moment? What happened in 1975 that's so important?
75. Okay, politically,
yeah,
I was only a child. I was 8 years old.
Okay,
so what happened was in 76 we lost. That's when we lost our dollar.
No, mate, I'm sorry. I'm going to go down the front of this. 1975, we fired our Prime Minister.
Yeah, that's right. We did too.
The dismissal, the Kerr's Kerr.
Yes.
That is 1975.
Yes.
Right? Sorry, I didn't mean to spring on you.
You were right on.
You can be a nerd, I can be a nerd. Okay, we remember different things. And, I mean, look, I was very, very, very young. In fact, I wasn't even born.
Why can't we fire our Prime Minister
Why can we not do it now?
Because we don't have an Attorney General.
Spot on. And the country is in a bigger mess now, financially, socially, right across the board. There is no reason in the world that man should still be in power.
That liar got on telly the other day and said the reason that we're in this position was, what was he saying? It was because the right, we're causing, no, it was the economy that's causing this problem.
Yeah, who's running the economy?
You own it, mate. You're running the economy, and you're telling us that the reason that the right is getting up in arms is because of the economy. Isn't it funny? We call ourselves the right, but because we are right. Isn't that really cool wordplay?
Yeah, can we just call ourselves correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Hey, look, I've just popped this on the bottom of the screen here, mate, because I think this is important. Now, we're brought to you by 1111, ultraverse.com.
Which is going live tonight.
Woohoo! Check that out. That's pretty awesome.
Fun.
Mate.
It's going to be great. We'll be doing a lot more work with Ultra in the next 2 years through what we're going for.
Yep.
They are just look. Look, you've got two choices coming. Okay, I don't know how to tell you this, guys. All this tax and all this stuff, these things are going to change. They are changing right now. Australia just did a massive big trial run with XRP and it was successful.
Yep.
XRP is a crypto that's coming to you live from America. We've got the USDT. We've got all these things from America, but Australia, we've built our own crypto platform. You have the right now. You're going to have two choices in life. 95% of people who don't understand this are going to get themselves into deep trouble in the future. You're going to have two things to look at. You're going to be in the CBCD section, which is the centralized digital system, which the government owns,
Mhm.
you won't have a choice. Okay, or you'll be in the decentralized system. Now, smart people, and I'm going to call myself a smart person. I live in a
Oh.
decentralized sector.
Nothing like a little self-promotion. I will throw this in. I want to make this point. Obviously, we don't do financial advice here.
No,
This
no.
is the conversation we're having about your experiences, my experiences,
Yeah.
and things that, will cross our lives. And for us or for you, they're going to bring great things. It's everybody needs to go and do their own research. That's very important. I think that's vital.
If you look back in history, in the early days of farming and all that, sort of like down in Katanning with Nelling, when the banks started coming into Australia and they started to develop themselves, to get currency into society, here's something that I didn't know. 95 to 98% of all currency in Australia has been brought into this country via loans.
No way.
Yes. So that's how it starts.
Okay.
So here we go. You buy a farm from the government. Now it's yours.
Okay.
Because that's what happened.
Yep.
Right, we bought these things down $40, back in the day.
Back in the day.
You sold that farm for $80. You made a profit.
Sure.
You spent that money in society, but you created revenue all the way through that.
Spot on.
And you were buying tractors. You were buying all this gear. You were buying all from loans to put back into society. And all of the money that's in society today was all brought in through loans, all right, and then given out for disbursement. And the more people got involved, the more disbursement.
Okay.
Take that thought and let's go now to this is the biggest change in our history right now. It's happening. And crypto is coming alive at a rate of knots. The Clarity Act will get passed through on the 4th of July. By the 13th of July, we will have currency. Within 18 months, you can check this out. You can go for it. Within 18 months, there won't be any currency in any country of the world. It'll all be on crypto. And I can say, and if it's not done by 18 months, it'll be 2030 because it's already predestined to go that way. They've already done that. The Australian government's already done it.
There's been always talk about digital ID, digital currency, digital.
So you can either live in that space or outside of that space.
Yeah.
And if you join us with Ultraverse, we've built this whole network within Australian systems and within Australian law. Okay.
Yep.
And we are now all Australian and we're gold back as a crypto. You will have ways of buying property with using crypto. In fact, I'm doing one right now, buying a property over on the East Coast.
Nice.
With using 100% crypto. And we're going to be developing that whole entire site, $8 million on crypto.
I'm also on the staking, and actually, no, I'll go differently on this one. Like a lot of people are going, okay, I'll never get into the property market because it's just such a mess. I like the fact that you can buy now. Yeah, they're tokenizing property. You can buy a piece of a property. You can get in the market for $50.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's certainly what I'm saying. This is a great thing. This stops closing people off. This doesn't, because right now we live in a world where the governments have made such a mess of it with these completely, Orwellian, World Economic Forum sort of eyes, right? Okay. And the problem is because of that, the everyday person's been left behind. If you're a kid now, when I say kid, I'm talking a young adult, the chance of owning your own home it's just not going to happen, except if you've got very wealthy parents or you're relying on an inheritance or that kind of thing. Now, this is a good way of getting into the market. You can actually step aside and you can buy a piece of property. Or
fractionalizing.
Spot on.
We're fractionalizing things like the NDIS housing.
Okay.
We're fractionalizing that with another group.
Right.
We're looking at fractionalizing it with single men. We're fractionalizing houses with single women.
Okay.
Because if let's say you're a woman and your partner's died and you're left with $600,000, you're not in the market now.
I know.
You're not going to be even looking at getting partly. But what if you could fractionalize a house and put in $300,000? That means that you own 1/3 of the whole. All right, 1/3 of the whole house.
Yep.
Not just that bedroom.
Yeah, no.
You own 1/3 of the whole.
Sure.
And then you can sell that section off whenever you like, and buy and sell inside of that space. And yet you've still got $600,000. You've got $300,000 still in the bank.
Exciting times, mate. Very exciting times.
Yeah,
things are going.
And that's going to all happen now. We're doing that with, I think, how about one of us, you've got your gold, and then you buy your gold coins from us, which are backed by 100% real gold,
right?
And they're on the gold exchange. And then you'll be able to use that gold to stake it into a staking pool and earn, say, 6 to 12% on that money. At the same time, the ratio of gold is going up. So there's an article that I've got in my file here that says the true value of gold for the US government to offset their debt against gold.
Yeah.
They need to bring the value of gold up to, ready for it? It's now $6,000 an ounce.
Mm.
They've got to bring that value of gold up to $75,000 an ounce. Okay, now that's not unreal, but if they do this properly, and let's say they only get to 50%, which is $35,000 an ounce, and you've bought a gold coin backed by gold
Mm-hmm.
that is currently worth $6.20 now.
Yep.
And in by 2020, 31, 32, which is my, when my age I'll be retiring, looking at what I can do with my spare time.
Okay.
That coin could be worth up to $35,000
Okay.
a coin.
Again, I mean, not financial advice.
But people say to me, "Oh, that's not possible." But it's backed by real gold. Yeah, Bitcoin was not backed by anything, and it got to 200,000.
Yeah. Well, Bitcoin's the big daddy. Let's face it.
No, it's not actually. It's a false and anyway. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, okay, don't go
If
there.
you've got your Bitcoin, get out. God, no, seriously.
I don't know. I'm certainly not across that, so I would never ever want to give a great.
I
opinion
will
on
start buying Bitcoin when it's at 80 cents.
that. Okay. All right.
Let me know.
All right.
I keep watching this space. Look,
Keep
I'm buying
watching this space.
Look, for those that aren't in the property market, and this is a little thing, just a little
Yep.
tip, you can't get into the property market right now. So let's say, for argument's sake, you bought $1,000 worth of XRP,
Yeah, okay.
and it goes to $60,000. You're worth $60 million. So wouldn't that would get you into the property market, wouldn't it, very quickly?
Just slightly.
Yeah. So this is what crypto will do,
Okay.
and it's happening across the board.
Sure.
They
And again, I just want to make very, very clear to people because I don't.
not.
No, not well. Yes, it's not financial advice, but also okay. You look at past growth and performance, if you like, and
Yep.
it doesn't always mean that's going to happen in the future. But certainly, when you're trying to make decisions for your future, look at the past. In my opinion, do as much research as you possibly can,
Yep.
and then make your decisions based on that.
Look
on
at,
research.
I didn't understand things the other day. Well, I kind of got this an eye opener the other day. I'm learning about like how to reduce the amount of tax that I'm paying.
Sure.
How do I get to keep more of the money that I'm supposed to be doing and keeping, and I'm restructuring everything. But everybody can do this. But if you understand what a PMA is, which is a private management group or a private management association,
Sure.
which is what a PMA is, and you think, okay, I can write my own rules and regulations, then we can do that. And I didn't know that lawyers run under a PMA. So they run under their
Okay.
own laws
Didn't
and their
know
own regulations. So if you mess up, you're out. And then
Okay.
you're open to, because it's abuse, you're open to being under the normal system.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And hence, I didn't know this, but our footballers are on a PMA.
Really?
Yeah. And what happened is that two members got into trouble and they broke the rules of the PMA. Not only that, they broke the rules of law. So they were disbarred from the PMA.
Right.
You know who they are?
Okay.
Ben.
Really?
Yeah. And who else? No, I can't remember the other guy's name at the moment. They've both been out of that PMA.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they broke their rules. So if you start to look and learn about what PMAs are, and we're going to start teaching this stuff very, very soon on our podcast.
All right.
Not how to get out of, I believe in the theory, pay Caesar what's due to Caesar, but
Sure.
you can create, and we're looking at building a PMA, and I'll be looking at how to build one here to protect us
Okay.
here.
Well, look, you want to protect yourself, you want to protect
Absolutely.
your family, and end of the day, look, I'm quite happy to pay taxation as long as it's going to the
No,
right.
I'm not.
No, I am, because I want to make use of the things that are part of society. But am I going to pay too much? Bloody hell no, because I see what you're doing and I see how it's wasted. And if you're going to be productive with it, then I'd be far more happy to give it. But right now, minimising your tax is a very intelligent thing, but you do it legally and you do it ethically.
They are hitting us so hard right now. They're chasing after our discretionary trusts.
Yep.
And we're the largest holder of discretionary. But discretionary trusts were built in Australia and in America to create property protection.
Okay.
Australia kind of took it a little bit too far.
Right.
All right, they've gone to the other side. That's why the government have got to come in, because we can use them for distribution of funds and everything else. That's all going to change.
All right.
But they are now taxing us on our death. So there's
Exactly
a
what
new
they do.
that's going to happen in 2028. So
Yep.
if you've got a discretionary trust and you didn't have it prior to now, all right, because you can't have so not discretionary trust,
No?
testimonial trust,
Okay.
which is your death trust, okay?
Mhm.
And we all, believe it or not, when you die, if you go and you and you don't have a will, you go into test-rate, is it
Yeah, I can't remember the term, but okay.
test-rate with the government, which means that that's actually a trust, which is called a testimonial trust, which means that they're going to tax you regardless if you die.
That's right.
So it's a tax that they're going to tax us on. And believe it or not, all the money that's in that tax has already been taxed already.
That's right.
It was called
taxes on taxes on taxes.
You know, sounds like a Sara Lee cheesecake.
It really does.
doesn't
It does.
Layer upon layer upon layer, Sara Lee cheesecake.
We're going to end the show, my friend. Have
All
you got
right.
any parting bits of great knowledge that you'd like to share?
Make shitloads of money, all right? All right, because we do. Now, this particular government needs it.
exactly.
They didn't get anybody to put in for their $20 as opposed to our 20 million. It's coming.
Ain't that
Look,
the truth?
just stay positive. Understand that the future is nigh,
Yeah.
right? And you control your destiny. No one else.
I like that.
You control your destiny. You believe in what you need to believe in to get you forward.
Sure.
And then look at who's coaching you.
And on that bombshell, we are out of here. Thank you very much for being part of The Ordinary Guy.
Stay strong, that's for sure.
It's Edge Radio Australia.
Edge Radio.